Good morning. In business news, the rate at which the price of goods is rising has started to slow down. I'll be finding out if 2012 will be easier on our wallets.
We've got more work to do, and Steph's been sitting waiting.
Vegemite? What a weird thing to hand over. I can understand the headgear, maybe.
A jar of Vegemite.
Right.
And a papier-mâché model of a cassowary bird.
Right.
Yeah. Where's that now?
They must be good at doing those expressions of being pleased every time.
Just what I always wanted.
Oh, that's really nice.
A bit like Marmite, only from your country.
Yeah, lovely. Anyway, good morning everybody. Let me just show you some of the business stories we've got today. The Times has got a good graphic here which just shows how the UK, so they're not having a great time at the moment. There's a story also in the Financial Times about orange juice and how the price of orange juice may be going future stocks for orange juice. And another story that caught my eye in the Telegraph this morning. See this picture here, the economic crisis there. Some other business stories for you this morning. The number of temporary jobs available has fallen for the first time in over 2 years, and that's according to a major survey. But it's not all bad news. Employers expect to hire more university leavers this summer than they did last year. And finally, energy consumers may be missing out on millions of pounds in unclaimed compensation, and it's over mistaken energy bills and faulty meters for now.
All right, see you later.
Thank you very much.
Well, is that right?
Yes, bit of good news. They're not falling, the prices, but they're certainly not going up as quickly as they were, as you say. Good morning, everyone. The latest figures from the British Retail Consortium show that the shop price inflation has fallen to its lowest level in 16 months. Now, this is not the usual inflation we talk about, which includes things such as utility bills. This is just the rise in prices in the shops. Now is Helen Dickinson, who's a retail analyst. Good morning to you, Helen. Is this about all the shops discounting to get sales? Is that why we're seeing this fall? It's a blip then. I think looking at the food prices, they're still going up quite a lot, but yet we keep hearing from the supermarkets about that, how they're all dropping prices and how their margins are getting smaller. Are they in the year ahead then? Because we've talked in the past about how the only bit of good news this year is going to be that the cost of living is going to not go up as much as it was. Profits will probably be hit still.
On incomes.
OK, Helen, thanks for your time. I'm going to be talking about this later in the programme as well, because we've got the boss of Sainsbury's on. He'll be telling us about their trading statement. So we'll be looking at what's been happening over Christmas and looking more at those food prices. If you do want to ask any questions to him, you can tweet me at Steph Breakfast or get in touch with us by the usual methods. And that's it for me for now.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. In business news, we're about to hear how the supermarket chain Sainsbury's fared over Christmas. I'll have the details shortly.
Some news from one of the big energy companies. What's happening, Steph?
Yes, they're going to cut their bills. EDF are saying they're going to cut their bills by 5%. You'll remember back in November they put up their prices by 15%. Well, now they're saying they're going to cut them by 5%. And this is coming because of speculation that Centrica, the owner of British Gas, will also be cutting their bills. So a bit of good news there for people paying their fuel bills.
Why this turnaround from last year? What?
Well, one of the reasons is wholesale prices. I haven't got the full details and exactly why they're saying they're doing it, but one of the big reasons is that wholesale prices haven't been going up as much, and I think they're very aware that people have really felt the pain of the bills going up so much.
OK, and you have some news about Sainsbury's?
Yes,
as well.
Sainsbury's results are out. They're saying for the 14 weeks to the 7th of January that their like-for-like sales are up 2.1%. That's not including fuel, but it is including VAT. So a bit of good news for them. And I'm going to be talking to the chief executive a bit later about that.
All right. Thank you very much. And more on that.
Yes, good morning to you both. They've definitely had a good Christmas. They've got great sales figures out this morning. Good morning, everyone. Yes, we've just learned that one of Britain's biggest supermarkets, Sainsbury's, has reported a rise in sales. It's up 2.1%. That's not including fuel, but it is including VAT, and that's for the 14 weeks to the 7th of January. They've also increased their market share, and we can talk now to Justin King, the chief executive. In all of the supermarkets having a price war, yourselves have had this brand match scheme where you've been cutting prices on the brands. Now, you mentioned there your own brands are growing. Is that how you've been funding it then? Have you been putting up your prices for those products? Why don't you just cut the prices of those brands? Why do you have this thing where you have to get a coupon and then go back into the shop in order to redeem it? Isn't that a bit of a waste of people's time when you could just cut their prices? Sainsbury's this morning. Good results from Greggs as well this morning too. So two of our retailers who seem to be doing OK at the moment.
Still like capacity. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Well, another energy story, because in the last hour, one of Britain's biggest energy suppliers, EDF, has announced it's going to be cutting its energy bills for customers. Hello, Steph. By how much and why?
Good morning. Yes, it's going to be cutting its prices by 5%, and this is for the gas side. It's not cutting electricity, so it'll be the gas bills will be cut from the 7th of February. And the reason why is because they're wholesale gas prices, so the money that they're paying when they buy gas has fallen by 9.2%, they're saying, since November, which is the last time they put up prices. So it doesn't quite match the last time they increased prices, which was by 15%, but it does go somewhere to bringing it down a little bit.
And what about the other gas suppliers? Will they be doing the same?
Well, there's a lot of speculation that the reason why EDF have announced it now is because British Gas are also looking at cutting their prices. So it does look like that all of the big six energy suppliers will start to move that way, because they tend to follow each other. When one of them puts the prices up, the rest of them tend to follow as well, so it should happen that way.
All right. Thanks very much, Steph.